Hello and welcome to the Now Spinning Magazine podcast with me, Phil Aston. And on this episode, I'm absolutely delighted to have with me Doro, legendary rock metal vocalist who's been in the business for over 40 years. And you've just released a new album, Conqueress, Forever Strong and Proud. And this new album, which I personally feel is one of your best, is, yes, it's heavy metal, but it's also wonderfully varied. It really touches on so many different emotions. So it's also got beautiful ballads, songs that would easily sit on any radio station, but equally all the trademarks you'd expect from, your wonderful voice. So welcome. And how do you feel about the album yourself? How does it sit in your catalogue of music?
First of all, thank you so much for your kind words. That makes me feel so happy. And I love this album too. We worked on it 3 years, and I feel really strong. Like there are 20 killer songs on it. And I don't know if you got the regular CD or the.
I've got 15 songs on mine. Yeah.
The Digipack has 20, and I think they're all great. I think they're all cool. And there's some. Actually, at first, I want to do another double album, and then the record 10 songs is enough. I said, no, for my 40th, I want to, of course, put on at least 15 songs, and then it became 20 songs. And I love them all. And I'm, of course, really, really grateful and proud. Like there are 3 duets on it, but 2 duets are with Rob Halford.
Yes, indeed. That absolutely brilliant. I mean, the opening song, Children of the Dawn, is epic, isn't it? With all the choir and the riffs and everything. It's a wonderful opening song. Was that a song that was written by the whole band, and did that take some time to get together?
I wrote it with my bass player.
Oh, yeah.
And growl vocal, the choir, like the man's choir, that's all my bass player. And I think, his voice is awesome. So, we did Children of the Dawn together, and I Will Prevail. And his name is Stefan. And we hit it off great. So we were just like fiddling around, and it was totally effortless coming out of like, I don't know. It was like, it was not even hard work. Sometimes when you have to sit, I have to write a song, man, nothing comes out. But sometimes, it just, when you click with somebody, when you have great chemistry. So that's one of my favorites too, Children of the Dawn. That's the reason why it's the opening track. And did you see the video yet? Did you see
this? Yeah. It's fantastic. And the next one, Fire in the Sky, is another brilliant track. And then we move into your first, double act with Rob Halford. What was that like, singing such a classic song?
Oh man, it was so awesome. It was actually my very first tour in 1986 with Judas Priest.
Yeah.
And oh man, and then we met last year at this festival, Hellfest in France. A great festival, by the way, huge. And we were hanging out backstage, talking a little bit. And then Rob was asking me what I'm doing. I said, I'm just finishing up our new album, and I'm celebrating my 40th anniversary soon. And then we both looked at each other, and then I said, oh, Rob, do you think the same? He said, yes, let's do something. I said, that would make me so happy. He said, do you have an idea? What would you like to do? And I said, right away, Living After Midnight. That would be great, because I was a big fan of the British Steel album by Judas. And and then he said, okay, let's do it. And I was so happy. And I thought, wow, a duet with Rob Halford. Oh, how cool. And then he said, I want to do a song with you, Total Eclipse of the Heart. And I thought, wow, that's like very, very special song. And then we did like the metal version of Total Eclipse of the Heart. And that became a nice video as well, if you guys haven't seen it.
That is such a wonderful version of Total Eclipse of the Heart, isn't it? And it must have been quite unusual for Rob Halford to do a song like that as well. So a wonderful chance for him to come together and do that kind of music, isn't it?
Choice. He loves that song. And when I heard his vocal takes, I thought, wow, man, he sings his heart out. And it was like, wow, it gave me chills. And yeah, and then I did my parts, I thought, man, I better step up to the plate because Rob is totally into it. And then it came out great. And it was actually a group effort. Everybody was, like working on it, mixing, like Andy Sneap, the producer and guitar player of Judas Priest. He was recording Rob and he was mixing something. And my guy, Andreas Brun is his name, he mixed it and we recorded stuff. And it was like, yeah, worldwide, we were like working on that song. And I was so happy that it came out so cool.
Oh, it's wonderful. And your other collaboration is on Bond Unending, which is with Sammy Amara from the Broilers. And that's a very commercial song, isn't it? That could easily be a hit, literally.
Yeah, it's the Broilers. It's a big band in Germany. I think outside of Germany, not many people know of them, but they're big. They fill stadiums, and they invited me last year for 2 shows and to be a guest. It was like the Christmas shows last year, and I was doing 2 songs, and each night it better and better. And then we said, hey, let's do something together, and it was great right from the start. And they are more like punk rock.
Yeah.
We hit it off and then we just met and we wrote the song, late at night. And we thought, oh, this is cool. And that came out great too. And yeah, it's different. I think it rocks, but in a different way. And I think, it gives a little bit different color, to the album. And there was actually a video as well where Sammy was singing. We were in the studio, and Wacken is there as well in the video. I don't know if you've seen.
Yes, I've seen. Yeah. Because people call you like the queen of heavy metal and all these things, and heavy metal's the phrase that people obviously think of you, Doro. But like this song, and like another couple of songs, track number 9, which I know is in German, but my wife, who speaks German, said it translates as "solid as a rock." Is she right?
Right, that's right.
Yeah. So that one, which is the ballad with the strings, which is partly sung in German. Oh, wow. I mean, that shows that this different dynamic of your voice. So yes, people think of Doro and heavy metal, but you can sing anything. I mean, it's just, and I love the way, I love the way that song segues into the next track. They're just joined, aren't they? They're just sequenced so well.
The next track is Love Pains. Oh, I love that so much too. It's such a and it has message. I love that. And that's
it's one of my absolute favorites on the album. It really is. And of course the other ballad is Best in Me. Which is a rock. That's one of my favorites as well.
Melody, nice lyrics, and that's written for the fans. Every song is written for the fans, but that one especially, Best in Me, because when I see the fans, they definitely can bring out the best in me. I can style 10 times louder, can jump 10 times higher. Something together, and that's the song for the fans. And I would love to play that live, maybe encore or something when everybody is already
Yeah, that I'd put in my notes that I could imagine everyone waving a flag over their head. It's a scarf. It's literally that kind of track, isn't it? That could just go on and on with extended chorus and an extra solo. Yeah, it's just a wonderful song. It really, really is. But actually, sorry. But there is another song that actually pips them all for me, and it is Heavenly Creatures.
It's a song, it's written for the animals. I'm a big animal lover. I love rescuing animals, and I'm always in contact with people who take care of animals when they're in bad situations. So Heavenly Creatures is for the animals. And I want to do something with the song, give it to an organization who is some people who really, do something with the song.
It's the arrangement. I love the instrumentation behind the chorus. It's really lovely. It's like, is it keyboards or string? But it's just different. When you write the music on a song like that, the arrangements, is that all of you? Or is that you and your bass player? Or it's just wonderful that.
I go into many different studios and I work with many different people. And when I feel a song is like more like an epic song, then I work with different people. And usually I work like I have, he's a great friend of mine. He's the ex-guitar player of Sisters of Mercy. His name is Andreas.
Oh, yeah.
Together, I think since 1996. So if I have something, for example, Fels in der Brandung, when I have this idea, usually it comes out at night, and usually lyric and melody is there right, time. And then when I feel this could be something, then I sing it on my cell phone, and then I send it to Andreas usually. And when he feels the same, when he feels something, then we work up from there. He's in Hamburg. This album was recorded in Miami, Hamburg, New York, New Jersey, in England. So all over the world, and every song gets the treatment it deserves. And usually I like strings. Sometimes we use keyboards. It depends, but whatever the song calls for, that's our mission. To treat the song right, and you can feel it in your heart. Feel what the song needs, and sometimes it can be painful, when you have a song which you think is great and then it's not out, the mix, or sometimes you have to do a different arrangement. So that's the reason why I always take like 3 years to make a record. It's like, it takes a long time to really take care of every nuance, and but every song is made in a different way, and usually Andreas, he's the guy I like to work with. But with my band, that's great too. Sometimes Turn Off the Dawn and I Will Prevail. Did it with my bass player. Fire in the Sky, I did it with my guitar player. Bill is his name. And Heavenly Creatures, I did it with my old producer. He produced our Warlock album Hellbound and To a Steel. And we're still, in contact, and we did.
That was my first ever album by you, which I found in my cassette. Obviously, I've got it on CD and vinyl, but that was the first one I ever bought at the time.
Awesome! How? Because younger people, they don't even know the first records. They don't even know Burning the Witches or Hellbound or To a Steel. And usually people know Triumph and Agony. That album was really big, but beginning.
Because I said at the start that the new album goes through all the different emotions you can imagine. And one of the songs that you've mentioned a couple of times is I Will Prevail. Now, this is a really badass song with lots. It made me feel as if it's one of those songs that makes you stand up for yourself and, not get pushed around. What was the kind of inspiration behind that song?
Exactly what you just said. Of course, when I write songs, I always write the song for the people, for the fans. But when I sing I Will Prevail, I think it translates. Everybody feels the same to me, strong and proud, and especially in this day and age where everything is so, chaotic, where the world is, really not in good shape. So I thought, you have to give people power, and hope, and and the feeling we are all in it together. So we will survive that. It's really time. So I felt on this album, I want to give extra power and on good vibes, and that's the reason why the subtitle is Conqueress Forever Strong and Proud, that everybody would feel, strong and proud,
But going back to the early days, like Hellbound and the album before that, Burning the Witches, when I talk to lots of, obviously, other bands and male singers, they always talk about who they were influenced by. And lots of female vocalists sort of say they were influenced by yourself. But when you were coming out, when you were really young and who were you? There was no reference point. There was nobody like you before you. I mean, what was the inspiration that made you think, I want to sing rock?
When I had my first band was actually in the booklet. It's that was my first band, was Snakebite.
Yes, Snakebite, yeah.
That one, we just did what we felt. We didn't even know that it was heavy metal. And role models. And then later on, and it was actually in 1980. And then later on, we went to see concerts. And my very first concert I've ever seen was Whitesnake. And it was so unbelievable. That was 1980.
Yeah.
My second was Priest and support band was Accept. My third concert was Ronnie James Dio. And I had the great chance to work with everybody and now working with Rob Halford. And so we got we just, it was learning by doing. And we had no idea that we were a metal band at first. So we had not really influences or role models. Later on, I thought, this band sounds cool. And I was like, I think I'm influenced a little bit by the new wave of British heavy metal, like Priest and Saxon and Maiden and Motorhead. Even though I know Lemmy always said, they're not a metal band, but to us they were a metal band. So it was actually it was really cool to be a witness, from the beginning when metal grew, when it became bigger and bigger. But I loved singers like Rob Ford, Ronnie James Dio, David Coverdale, Lemmy, and to me that was cool. I never thought of that they were all male singers. That was cool too. Actually, I always thought, man, I would love to have like the food, like Abby, and and in these days there are many, many more great women and ladies, like singing, playing instruments. I think for young, much, much more variety and, many people you can, like choose as a role model. But it was okay too. For me, all the men, that was good. And, and I learned a lot. And then I had the great privilege to go on tour with everybody. First tour, Judas Priest. Second tour, Wasp in England. Third tour, Ronnie James Dio. And then Saxon, Motorhead, Scorpions. In America, it was Megadeth. So I could learn from everybody. And I always like, they never said anything. They didn't say anything. Just like when I was watching their show, when I was watching how they were doing it, I think cool. And I remember Ronnie James Dio, he was always, giving everybody a photo, an autograph, a hug. Even when it was raining, when it was cold, when it was snowing outside, and the tour manager always said, "Hey, Ronnie, you can do it. You might get a cold. The tour is long." Ronnie said, "No, everybody has to get an autograph." And then, when I saw that, I want to do exactly the same. Everybody is important. You do it to,
Yeah. So that's where is that where you picked up your ethos of looking after your fans and how close you feel to your fans?
Actually, I always loved people. I always wanted to make people happy. But when I saw that, when Ronnie was really taking care of, everybody, and I thought, you have to, it's an honor to play for people. So you have to really, give back and, and when there's time to go and see a show and, drive whatever, hours and hours, or standing in the snow, standing in the rain, waiting to see you in concert. So, then it's just right when you do exactly the same, when you show people that you appreciate them. That's like, that's important. So I definitely saw, Ronnie he was great.
You can tell from talking to you, you're still so excited and motivated about this music that you do. And you went through the 90s where rock music kind of went under the radar before the internet, before social media. So a lot of people thought it had disappeared, but you managed to navigate your way through that and stay motivated. And you were ready when rock music resurfaced. I mean, what keeps your motivation going for the music that you make?
Easy to say, the fans. It's the people, and every single one, that's sacred to me. And and sometimes, when you have some moments on tour or when you talk to people, it inspires me so much. It motivates me so much. I could go on 10 more years or 20 more years just, like having all these great memories. And, and when people mean so much to me, that song or the show you did, and of course I want to go on doing it for the rest of my life.
And do you have any for 2024? Have you got any tours and gigs coming up?
Yeah, we have some festivals coming up. First festival is, I think, in Texas, the Hell's Heroes, and then all over the world we play Masters of Rock and the Stone Dead Festival in England and all over the world. And we just have a new booking agency in America, so they will hopefully great festivals, and we definitely want to do a nice tour, and all over the world, like every country. And and so the booker is already
is very busy, and you're very busy. So do you have any kind of pre-show rituals? How do you prepare yourself mentally to do it? Or, mind you, it sounds like you're just in the zone all the time, but do you have to mentally prepare for going out on stage?
Usually I talk a little bit before the show. I talk to some diehard fans, and if I don't have a chance to talk to the fans before, then I always I go out on stage before we start, and then I peek out, I take a look, before the curtain opens, and then I see the diehard fans, and when everybody's excited, and and when I can see a sparkle in their eyes, then I feel And then we have a ritual. We always give each other a hug. The whole band, we always hug each other, and usually I'm very nervous. I still have stage fright, and then when I feel, the guitar player, his heart is beating as fast as that makes me feel so good. So I know we're all in it together. And and usually having a hug is very important. Sometimes, the time reasons, sometimes I do some interviews, and then I have to hop on. And I always feel I was not right. We have to immediately bond and or even just high five, that's, but it needs to be some contact, the whole band. That's important. But if it's, sometimes there are gigs, you just had, Johnny, our drummer, who's in the band now 30 years, Johnny D.
Wow. Yeah.
Or the guitar player has to, check with the sound, or sometimes there's some problems, some sound problems, or the wireless is not working. So sometimes, there's no chance to give each other a hug, but then I do it while we are on stage. Everybody feels like we are a unit. And we want to make the people happy and give them our best show. Every show could be the last show, and I treat every show like it would be the first show, and I never hold back, even when a tour is very long, which sometimes after a tour I'm bruised from head to toe, all black and dark, blue spots, because it's other, out of excitement. And on stage I never feel pain, but after the show, then when you're in the tour bus, oh my god, it's that's another story, but it's always worth it, always.
Wow. So the album Conqueress, Forever Strong and Proud, is out on CD and on vinyl. I think it's one of the best of your career, and it's so varied. As I said at the start, it's got everything in it. So that's why, it's heavy metal, but it's more than that. But all your music kind of is, in a way. And if you want to know more, everybody, you can go to doromusic.com. It's the best place to find out about your news, your dates, and merch and stuff.
Yes, yeah. And in the US, it's doro.us. And
okay.
And everywhere on the internet. And we're on all the socials, like Doro Metal Queen is Instagram, and Facebook is Doro Pesch. And everywhere. I never thought I would do socials, but now we do it every day. So we always try to, come up with some nice things or live footage. And I got some old footage from the early 80s. That's really a treat for some diehard fans.
Yeah. Fantastic.
So we always try to, do something exciting. But of course, the most exciting thing is the live shows. Yeah, I hope the fans love the record. I love it so much. I love all the 20 songs. There are 20 songs on the digipack, and one cover for Horsemen, the Metallica song.
Oh, really? Oh, right. I need to get that version, I think. But yeah, I love the sequencing of the album. Oh yes, that's definitely the one to get, everybody. I'll put the links in the description.
No, like sometimes in America there are different versions out, and there's a whole book on it, like really nice, like all that good stuff. And there's a nice picture this out, like vinyl that looks so nice. So if people are vinyl collectors or love picture this, it looks really fabulous, I would say. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Doro. Thank you for your time today, and take care, and best of luck for the tour in the new year. And hopefully we'll catch up again then. But everybody go and listen to that album and get a copy, get on vinyl or media digipack, because it's absolutely wonderful. So take care, and thank you for all of your time. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Huge thank you to my special guest, Doro. 40 years in the business, and the new album, Conqueress Forever, Strong and Proud, is one of the best of her career. It's got all the traits, all the heavy metal trademarks that you expect from Doro's music, but there are also some wonderful rock ballads on there, some fantastic performances, and some really, really powerful and beautiful music that takes you through all the emotions of the human condition. Absolutely superb. So make sure you go and get the album. It's available on vinyl. There's a digipack version. I think there's more tracks on there. And go to doromusic.com. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe and ring that little bell. Check out the website at nowspinning.co.uk. The podcast is available everywhere you can find a podcast. We're also on social media. Remember, music is the healer and the doctor. So keep spinning those discs. Take care, everybody. And I shall see you very, very soon.